Annyeonghaseyo and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2016 ITTF World Tour Korea Open. It's a Super Series tournament on the World Tour. I'm Adam Bobrow, your commentator, coming to you live from Incheon, Korea, and we are getting into the women's singles quarterfinals. We've got WEN Jia in the front from Netherlands, playing against WEN Jia from China. Now, many of you might not have seen WEN Jia play. For me, it's my first time actually here in this tournament seeing her play. Hasn't had as much exposure to the international tournament scene as of late. She was in the World Junior Championships, silver medalist in 2006 and 2007. So just to give you an idea, she's 27 years old. That makes her 1 year younger than Lee Xiaoxia. And it's interesting, you sort of wonder what it is that gave the coaches the idea to bring WEN Jia here. But so far, she's done a great job. Was down 1-3 in the last round against Han Ying, the German defender, short pips chopper, and came back to win it in very exciting fashion. Yeah, when you think about the Chinese program and maybe getting some young players prepared for the future, getting them more international exposure, ones that might represent the country in the future, it also seems to be a bit peculiar, I'd say, and letting some of the players who were a bit more experienced show up that might not have as long of careers ahead of them. But at 27 years old, she's 5 years younger, rather, than her opponent WEN Jia, another defender. WEN Jia, 32 years old, world ranked 24 as the 21st seed in this tournament, and has pulled off some big upsets to be here in the final 8. As you might have guessed, with all the players here in this tournament that are quite strong, some upsets need to happen for WEN Jia to be here. I'll tell you about those right now. WEN Jia started off in the opening round of the main draw, beating Kasumi Ishikawa 4-0, a very impressive performance. Kasumi Ishikawa, the top player from Japan. And the flat-hitting style in the attacking game, the modern defense. Speaking of defenders, Coach Elena Timina right there, who actually played for Netherlands at the World Championships in Malaysia. Still playing league matches quite regularly, but only jumping into play for the team if need be. Coaches have this from time to time. Actually, Alan Cook from Great Britain was prepared to jump in if he needed to for the English boys, but the three men held up quite well. Came very close to playing the final against China, but ended up losing to Japan in the semifinal and still medaling for the first time in decades for England. I think it was 30-something years maybe. Have to look that up. But either way, got a lot of experience in the corners here. So WEN Jia, after beating Kasumi Ishikawa 4-0, comes out to beat Shan Xiaona earlier today, 4-0 as well. And Shan Xiaona, not an easy opponent at all. On the other side, WEN Jia beat Yang Haun in her home crowd, 4-0. And after that, Han Ying, I told you about, the 4-3 victory. Our head umpire, Hartmut Essel. And our assistant umpire, there she is, Emilia Pulina from Italy. This will be a best-of-7 match. These two have never played before. And for many of you, it'll be your first time to see WEN Jia play. And it'll be her second time playing a chopper today. Should be an exciting match. We'll see how the strategies work and how the game of WEN Jia is different from Han Ying. Back edge to start for WEN Jia. Now, earlier in the match, you'll see shorter rallies in general. This is typical of an attacker versus a chopper. Players feeling out each other's games. Two attacks in a row for WEN Jia, showing her versatility and comfort with that forehand. Now, modern defender just means that the attack is pretty necessary. Strong forehand attack when need be. Heavy chop, low cutting, a little bit of side spin on it as well. A few of the women choppers do that, come around the outside of the ball a little on their chop. Almost like a sledgehammer chop on the forehand side.
3-2. All.
Now Li Jia is going to have a little bit more control than many choppers, playing with the short pips on the backhand side, much like Han Ying, Wu Yang, and a handful of others. Although the traditional game for defenders was long pips on the backhand side.
Let 3 all.
And the floating chop is overlifted. Yeah, with the short pips, there's a little bit more traction, a little more control over the ball. Creates the opportunity for a backhand attack a bit easier and spin variation in the chopping game.
5-3.
Now for WEN Jia in the last round, remember she was down 1-3 against Han Ying. Takes a little bit of time figuring out the opponent's game, reading the spin and variation. But still very aggressive, confident shots from the back and center of the table. Now, as important as footwork is, finding the middle and the crossover point of your opponent can be very useful against a chopper as well. But the attacking game, we've seen a few points so far that Li Jia has taken several forehand attacks in the same rally, changing her placement on the table, corner to corner, and then right back to the middle, pushing her opponent off the table. For players out there, you know what it's like timing-wise against a defender. You have time to see the ball. You feel like you should be able to win every point. But you really have to move your feet and watch closely.
7-5.
The floating chop comes up just a little bit high. If that comes into the top of the net, a little bit more pace on it, instead of coming down at the net, might actually creep over and be very difficult to recover. The chops just keep getting heavier. Top spin from WEN Jia coming back. Heavier underspin from Li Jia. Once again, placement right at the back edge of the table in the corner.
8-5. 5-9.
Working the angle at first to set up the ball down the middle. Difficult shot though, middle to middle, the shortest part of the table. And even with some of these high balls, you might think you can flat hit for power, but really have to see the spin. We've got 5 game points for Li Jia. And there it is, takes it at the first one. 11 points to 5. Li Jia takes game 1, and we'll be back for game 2 right after this short break. Back for game two. WEN Jia starting off with the serve. She's down 0-1 against Li Jie, defender in orange. Punishment, ball left up high near the table. When a lot of people think chopper, they think far from the table, but they're actually often quite close to the table whenever they can be for moments like that to take advantage of a higher ball. Really keep pressure on the attacker to play the touch shot. But 2 times in a row, the attacker has had trouble with the touch shot, has not read the spin properly. Light rotation on that ball. She opens up too much and leaves it too high. When the ball's under the table, it's quite difficult to read how much spin is on it because you can't see the contact. Not always, anyway. Maybe on that last one she could. Good opportunity. Would have been the first backhand attack we've seen. And that's her saying, man, that ball was high. I got to make that. Still a difficult ball. You can see the body positioning, having to reach out over the table. Not as easy as it looked. Still a good start here for Li Jie. It's again the timing. Have to move the feet. So much power on that ball, just spanking it to the backhand corner. Li Jie waiting right here to jump at the opportunity, turns the corner. A bit of side spin on the receive too, but committed herself far out to the forehand side. Leaves open the backhand corner, and WEN Jia wisely placed it back to the backhand corner. Now, in case you're curious, WEN Jia out of the world rankings due to inactivity, so doesn't currently have a world ranking. Now, as far as inactivity goes, it's not that she's actually been inactive in general, but simply on the World Tour, playing ITTF World Tour events. This is true of most of the players on the Chinese national team.
3-6.
Really just the big four on both the men's and women's sides get the most exposure. Two spinny forehands, second one clips the top of the net. And if you had asked me before the match, Li Jie, very good attack, very strong, confident, but I wouldn't have expected to see it quite this much. Ball left too close to the net. WEN Jia comes in to take it early. The importance of keeping your chops deep on the table. Ball just a little bit up, not enough time. Li Jie can't react.
Let 7-4.
The difficult ball with some side spin left on it. Residual side spin from Li Jie's serve. Sometimes a touch shot on the receive can really give your opponent back all their side spin. Fortunately for WEN Jia, that ball was deep on the table as well. We got our backhand attack in, but WEN Jia got it right back into play. What was a very encouraging lead for Li Jia is quickly disintegrated. Has to recover there from the full extension on the backhand punch shot. Now, whatever you define as the middle, the crossover point can be a very small margin. Just a little slither in space. With the forehand there, wide, so much power. She has a much fuller, snappier stroke on the forehand. You can see how much effort she comes into there, turns the body. The whole arm working like a whip, snap at the elbow as well. Heavy spin late in the rally. Now on that serve, there was a heavy stomp and a full body motion. It was pretty clear that there was heavy backspin on the ball, heavy underspin. If Li Jia has a similar serve with the same body motion that floats a little bit, but doesn't come up too high, could be effective. We'll see. Still a 2-point lead for Li Jia. And now we've got 3 game points for a 2-0 lead. It's a best of 7, and WEN Jia's come back before. But still, this would be a big boost of confidence right here for Li Jia. And there it is, 11-7, 2 games to Li Jia, 0 for WEN Jia. And we'll be back for game 3 right after this short break. As the players come back to the table, WEN Jia down 0-2. Li Jia starting off with the serve and the lead. Love all. First 2 heavy spin loops come right back. The inside-out forehand just missing. An ambitious shot from WEN Jia. Back edge of the table for WEN Jia. Here's a closer look. Yep. Some confirmation on that back edge. Some variation in service placement, but still the read on the backspin shots, the chops from off the table, WEN Jia's had some trouble with. And there's extra pressure on her to make a quality shot because Li Jia's attacks have just been too devastating so far. She's won the majority of points she's attacked. But you could hear the Piaoliang. Beautiful shot, says the coach. Absolutely takes it early down the short side of the table. Recognizes an opportunity when she sees one.
2-3.
Some high arcing loops right here. Trying to keep him deep on the table though, as to not allow the counterattack of Li Jia. Rare occasion we see that. Defenders having trouble receiving the serve. And the floating chop, light contact. She's won a few points this way, Li Jia, from right at the level of the table. Just sort of floating it back. Now we've seen frustration on a few occasions. Li Jia trying to shake it off literally and figuratively, moving on, trying to stay positive here. That's another one of those balls that gets high, and the hand to the shoulder isn't a good sign for WEN Jia. Takes a lot of arm strength, shoulder strength to hit the ball so hard time after time, to loop one after another against a chopper who seems to get everything back. But again, those high floating ones, maybe not floating, but high, I'd say, rapidly spinning shots are much more difficult than they appear.
6-5.
And WEN Jia's played the short side of the table quite well so far. And trying once again to keep it deep to the backhand after the long serve to the forehand. Now, as far as service placement, we've seen that's a lot of self-coaching out there, a lot of thought. We've seen some serves in doubles that come just off the side of the forehand for the receiver. Have to wonder if WEN Jia using that would be effective against Li Jia. The backhand punch wins the point. Waiting patiently, looking for the opportunity, but as soon as she sees that there's going to be a push, she comes right back into the table just in case. Even if you don't go for the attack, your push is going to be more quality and more threatening from near the table, and WEN Jia has the timeout. Understands the importance of this moment in the match. 1-2, much better chance than being down 0-3. Of course, it's been done, but WEN Jia doesn't want to be down 0-3.
还是有变化，所以就是说什么呢？啊，看不准。我跟你说了嘛，不到半台球，长的你别扣了，因为你现在动作我看你扣的好像有点飘了，你拿手都不对，拿距低，你这个人扣应该拿起来，所以不到半台球别扣了，啊，你这乱七八糟的跟他打去，你别想着我哪个点的问题，你现在其实前面打的挺好，发球稍微多变一点，中间啊，稍微反手底线，如果你感觉正好他推那不正，你没法打发墙。 稍微打得乱一点，因为你现在知道，你只要这一个点，是吧？
So you had a chance to hear clearly the plans in the corner from China. Soon enough, I'll be able to actually translate that based on more than playing charades and guessing body language or hearing words like facho and whatnot. But definitely, the word serve was used in the conversation, and serve and receive, two of the most important parts of the game. I think initiating with the angle, playing the short side of the table, finding her opponent's middle while she's near the table could be effective. But not having a chance to really pose a threat, spinning it up softly from the back of the table. Li Jia keeping her chops low and deep. That one comes up a bit, but right at the baseline. Flat hit comes back as a serve from Li Jia. 1 point game, points exchanged each ways, split since the timeout. Could it come down? It could. We've seen it. It will not. Outstanding. Right off the bounce, a few shots come back in that quick rally. As soon as Li Jia opens up the attack, look at this. Blocked right back. Racket head still up from Li Jia, and she's focused just in case. Deep on the table, the chop again. Flat hit is a tough way to go against a chop. 3 game points for Li Jia. Oh, side on the wrong side. The flat hit works this time. The ball high enough near the net. WEN Jia earns herself that quality shot. So with the third towel break of the game, 2 game points left for Li Jia to go up 3-0.
Nine, 10.
2 game points saved, 1 left for Li Jia. And WEN Jia in control with the serves. Let's see what she pulls out here. And the big shot, inside out forehand to tie it up 3 in a row. The counter attempt almost comes back. The reverse serve coming around the outside of the ball has been more effective, it seems, for WEN Jia. And while side spin on the receive can keep the ball short, sometimes on a chop it can keep the ball shorter than desired for the defender. Oh, the flat hit, the body language says it all. WEN Jia had a good look after saving 3 game points. Earns an opportunity here that she might not see again. Not anytime soon, who knows? Although having just said that, it'll probably happen right now. No, it will not. Down the line shot. Li Jia with authority. Drops the racket, walks off the court. 3-0 lead, and we'll be back for game 4. Could be the last of the match. You don't want to miss it. Stay right here. The players are back for game 4. WEN Jia at the top of the screen from China, black and yellow, down 0 games to 3 against Netherlands' Li Jia, the chopper in orange.
Left one.
And while we've had some close games, including the last one that went deuce, it still doesn't feel like WEN Jia has figured out the rhythm and really recognize the spin of her defending opponent.
Two love.
And this is the importance of placement as well from a defender. Not allowing WEN Jia to get too settled in one place, hitting a shot on the run. It's going to make her shots a little less comfortable.
Three love.
Li Jia demonstrating in the early parts of that rally the importance of mixing it up. It was two down the middle that ended up winning her the point, but still unpredictable patterns.
1-3.
Quality attack from WEN Jia. First point this game. Beautiful shot, comes running in, takes advantage of a chop that's left up close to the net and comes right into the back of the table. Look how wide this ball is. But WEN Jia once again showing early that she's going for the defensive shot, leaves it up on the table just a little high, and sure enough, Li Jia is there. It's a solid serve and third ball attack, but Li Jia doesn't stop right now. Recovers the ball down the line with top spin on the serve. And WEN Jia is having some trouble finding the balance between driving the ball. I'd say maybe finding the drive. She's going for a flat hit or she's really just spinning it up.
5-2.
Sort of like that, although it hasn't caused so much trouble for Li Jia so far. More traditional shot, nothing too fancy. And then this happens, the step around forehand inside out. Very impressive quality ball here, a little bit of risk. And maybe that's what it's going to take from WEN Jia, not playing too safe. Definitely early in the point, more effective than once the rally started.
4-5.
And she's doing just that. She's playing riskier shots early on in the rally. Timeout here. We're going to see a timeout on the side of Li Jia. Now this is an important timeout. If Li Jia doesn't take this game, she's going to start at 0-0. And it's going to be tricky because she's not going to have any timeouts left. So we'll see if this timeout is fantastic baby or not. Little K-pop here in the arena. But what better place than in Korea? I feel like this stadium here, Namdong Stadium's about to turn into a dance club. Elena Timina, again, legendary chopper from Netherlands. She's going to try to figure out a way for Li Jia to stop the attack early on to make sure that she's in control. Whether that means a slightly shorter serve, getting into a few more pushes. Sometimes, again, breaking the rhythm. Even in the sense of forcing WEN Jia to play some soft shots early on, might be tougher for her to get initially into the attack. And while that's counterintuitive to a defender's game, defenders tend to invite the attack, get into the rally. Might be effective, we'll see.
5-all.
Well, with WEN Jia dictating with the serve, goes for the long, fast serve right away. It looked like Li Jia is saying, got to be smarter about this shot. The opportunity's there, but you still have to spin it a bit more. Going for a big winner there. And this is what Li Jia wants, the rallies to continue. This is where it's been trouble for WEN Jia, where she's shown, I guess, less confidence in her understanding of what spin is on the ball. Slightly less feeling and control. Ooh, long serve. Invites the opening attack, but there's some underspin on it, deep out to the forehand. Again, the placement here, the element of surprise from Li Jia. Watch this. Try to look at WEN Jia's body movement. Starts stepping out to the backhand corner, and Li Jia goes the other way. It costs WEN Jia. It's the risk when you move early.
5-8.
Heavy chop right off the bat early on. Li Jia seems to be back in control.
Nine, 5.
And the trend continues for Li Jia, 2 points away from taking this 4-0. Look how low that chop is, even near the table. And there's that tomahawk chop. It's 5 match points for Li Jia for a shutout.
Six, 10.
A 1 match point saved. WEN Jia seems to be hanging in there so far. Still a ways to go, down 6-10. The inside-out forehand misses, and Li Jia takes it. She'll be moving on to the women's singles semifinals. And look at that smile at a super series in age 32. Netherlands will be proud of their player, Li Jia, for taking down China's WEN Jia in 4 straight games. And what a performance it was. Stick around, we've got another match coming up in just a bit. It's going to be an exciting one. Tristan Fleur of France versus Ma Long of China. Celebrations in the corner, celebrations for you at home, because it's going to be exciting here at the Korea Open. Stay tuned.